This is my final project, and I'm going to talk about grammar introduction. In the first day, January 18th, we didn't have class, but we had homework. And the second day, January 25th, we had the introduction of the teacher about the topics we were going to discuss during this semester. The teacher was talking about the rules of the classroom and the qualification of each thing he was going to put. He said his name and some things about him. So he told us a story about a teacher who has interrupted his class, saying a wrong word that right now I don't remember at all, but we had infinitive, indicative, personal pronouns, time and moments, past simple, present continuous, and future perfect. Here we have the infinitive. It expresses the basic form of the verb and also it expresses an action. For example, lend, borrow, say, dance, play. We have the imperative. This occurs in two ways. The words which follow a rule of pronunciation of homophony, terms that say they are what they are used for, like she has brought my bag, she has been listening to music. So we have the indicative. This indicates the action which the subject does, did, or will do. We had the personal pronouns, British and American. We use personal pronouns instead of noun phrases. We use them to refer to people and things that we have already identified. Personal pronouns show person and number. He, and she show gender. They have different forms of subject and object, except you, him, and one they only has one form. Examples of sentences containing both subject pronouns and object pronouns. I want you to read this book. You are the fastest runner on the team, and we are depending on you. They talked to me about acting in the play, and we enjoyed hearing her sing. In the third day, February 1st, we have the definition that we had, the imperative and the indicative. The fourth day, we have, we were talking about the pronouns and the replace. We had the he as first person, she as second, and it as third person. We have the times and the moments. We had in this day technical verbs like to lend, to borrow, to stay, to apply, to change, to study. Then we were talking about the first exam that was going to be next Saturday, and we were wondering if we will have class because of the elections. As we know, yes, we didn't have class on February, so we had the first exam on February 22nd. We also had a homework about doing sentences about third person. Search the difference between sentences and conjugation in English and sentences by the time. We have the time, past, present, and future. Past used to describe things that have already happened. Present used to describe things that are happening right now. And future describe things that don't have happened yet. We have the simple that consists of two elements. The list of all pronouns, the title verb written in its normal state. Continuous or progressive, this consists of three elements. The list of all pronouns, the verb to be as an auxiliary verb, and indicates the conjugation time. So we don't have class on February 5th because of the elections. We have the exam on February 22nd. We didn't have class on February 29th, March 7th, and March 14th because the teacher has a meeting. So we've been through what is Anglicisms. Anglicisms are linguistic loans from the English language to another language. For example, boomerang, Bluetooth, sandwich, que son palabras que no pueden ser traducidas porque son propias del inglés. And we have the useful of the verbs. We have the to be, to do, and to like. To be is a verb used to describe something or someone in English. To do is another verb characterized by its wide utility in the English language. And we have to like is as a regular verb, making it a simple verb to learn and use. So on 10th day of class, March 21st, we had the presentation of our first practice, the plataforma. 11th date, March 28th, we had our first class by model teams, and the teacher gave us two options about the final text, a final test by the platform or a final project, as we took the second one, of course, because it is more easy. And we didn't have class on April 4th, April 11th, and April 18th. So today we had the presentation of the final project, and this is my explanation about all the classes. I have enjoyed the class. The teacher was really good. I mean, he was explaining us like very easy. Él explicó sumamente bien. Entendí mucho, así que espero volver a tomar clases igual in Technical English number 2. And that's all.